Do you want to be a pro in shellshockers? Well, this is the right guide for you. I have broken it down to 5 layers so you know exactly what to do to dominate all your lobbies. This is Shellshockers Pro Guide. By the way, only a small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed. Subscribing is totally free and it only takes a few seconds. It helps me out a lot, and let's get right into it. Number 1. Hardware and settings. First things first, you need a clear system before playing the game, as this game highly relies on your system performance, so let's make sure we got everything optimized. Enable hardware acceleration. This essentially makes your games run smoothly. You will get fewer stutters or frame drops. In Chrome, go to Settings and System, then make sure that graphics acceleration is available and turned on. You might have to reset Chrome for changes to show. Next, disable mouse acceleration. This gives you more consistent aim, better muscle memory, and more predictable tracking and flicks. Press the Windows key. Search mouse. Go to additional mouse settings. Go to pointer options and set enhance pointer precision to off. If you just changed it, it will take some time for you to get used to it, but trust me, this is going to make your aim a lot better. Sensitivity. Here's a quick comparison table for how your sensitivity should look like. Pause this video if you'd like. Make sure to stick to that sensitivity so you have enough time for your brain to build muscle memory. Remember, a bad player with the perfect sense is still a bad player. Next is using a lightweight browser. Use browsers like Chrome, Edge, and Brave. Here are other browsers you shouldn't use, unless you have no options or you're on the high end. Make sure to close all your background applications. Background applications take resources and consistency from your game, so close all the unnecessary tabs. Next is uncapping your frame rate. Uncapping your frame rate lets your game push for a higher FPS. Motion can feel much smoother, and input can feel more responsive. But do this at your own risk, as uncapping your FPS might cause some problems to your PC if not used correctly. I have a tutorial for that. I'll leave the link in description. Aim. Having strong aim is a no-brainer. It decides if you win the fight or you go right back to the respawn screen. Crosshair placement. This is the most crucial part, especially in a 1v1. If you are already aiming where the enemy is about to be, you have already won half the fight. Keep your crosshair at the height of the center of the egg, because that is where you deal the most damage. Calm and smooth aim. Smooth aim is what makes tracking look effortless. It's not about moving faster, it's about moving cleaner. First, relax your grip, because a death grip makes your micro adjustments jittery. Use your arm for big moves and your wrists and fingers for the tiny corrections. Here is the rule you can always remember. If your crosshair looks like it's vibrating, then your sense is too high. If your grip is too tense, then you're trying to react instead of follow. Click timing. Click timing is not the same as flicking. Flicking is about speed. Click timing is about patience. It is a discipline of waiting for the exact moment your crosshair lines up with the target and then firing. A lot of players panic and click too early, or they hesitate and click too late. The goal is to let your crosshair do the work and only pull the trigger when you know it's going to connect. For snipers especially, this is the difference between hitting a clean one tap and completely whiffing. Now keep in mind, bullets in this game have travel time, so the further the target is, the longer it takes for your shot to land. This means your timing changes depending on range. Up close, you can fire almost instantly, but at longer range, you need to account for that delay. Flicks. Flicking is fundamentally an emergency response triggered when your initial crosshair placement fails. Roughly 85 to 91% of players fail to develop consistent flicks because they prioritize raw speed over stopping power. They wipe their crosshair loosely across their screen, guaranteeing severe overshooting. An actionable drill is enter an empty lobby, execute a flick to center mass, pull the trigger, and physically freeze your hand in place. Don't reset immediately. This isolates the muscle memory of a complete dead stop. Movement. Movement is how you stay alive long enough for your aim to matter. Good movement does two things. It makes you harder to hit, and it forces the enemy to take bad shots. Never ego peek snipers or shotguns. If you wide swing a sniper lane, you are flipping a coin for no reason. Instead, do a jump peek or a jiggle peek first to get info. Then, rotate or force them off the angle with pressure. Never stand still when someone is aiming at you. Standing still is basically telling the enemy, here is a free kill. Even small movements like micro strafes or tiny jiggles can keep you from getting one tap by your opponent. Be unpredictable. If your movement is always the same, good players will read you like a book. So stop moving in perfect patterns. Mix your timing, mix your distance, and mix your direction. Do short strafes, then long strafes. Pause for a split second, then move again. The goal is simple. Make them miss their first shots, and you win the fight. Retreat while reloading. Reloading is the most dangerous moment in shellshockers. If you are reloading in the open, you are already dead. Make reloading a movement habit. Reload while backing behind cover or while rotating to a safer position. Game sense and strategy. Aim wins fights, but game sense wins games. This is how to stop dying to the same situations over and over. Jump peek and jiggle peek. Use peeks to gather information without committing. Jump peek to quickly check if someone is holding an angle. Jiggle peek to bait a shot from a sniper. Then swing when they're on the cooldown. High ground control. High ground gives you better vision and makes you harder to hit. If the map has stronger high ground position, fight for it early. And if you lose it, do not keep walking into the crosshair. Rotate and retake from a different angle. Avoid clear open areas. Open space is where you get melted by multiple angles at once. Move from cover to cover. If you must cross an open area, do it fast, do it once, and do it with a plan. Learn spawn points. Spawns are not random. When you know the spawn patterns, you stop getting surprised from behind. Pay attention to where enemies appear after you kill them. Over time, you will predict where the next fight is going to happen. Know the perfect range for your gun. Every weapon has a sweet spot. If you fight outside your range, you're making the fight harder than it needs to be. So, ask one question before every fight. Is this my range? If not, reposition. System. This is the layer that turns tips into real improvement, because the best players do not rely on motivation. They rely on a system they repeat. Play focus blocks. Do not play for 2 hours on autopilot. Play in short focus blocks, like 20 to 40 minutes. Pick one goal for that block, for example, crosshair placement only or movement only. Then review if you actually did it. Use calm aim. Calm aim is not just aim, it is a mindset. Relax your grip, breathe, and force yourself to shoot only when the shot is clean. This is how to stop panic spraying. Play competitive shell. If you always play casual, you will build casual habits. Play competitive modes when possible. Better opponents expose your weaknesses faster. Review and analyze games. You do not need fancy software. Just ask after a death, why did I die? Bad peek, bad reload, no cover, or I just missed. Fix one pattern at a time. Pick the correct weapon per map. Some maps reward close-range weapons. Some maps reward long-range control. If your gun feels weak, it might not be your aim, it might be the map choice. Stick to one weapon, or two. If you change weapons every game, you reset your learning. Pick one main weapon and one backup weapon, then master their ranges, recoil, and timing. When you get tired, your aim gets worse and your decisions get sloppy. That is when you start building bad habits. So, if you feel slow, take a break. Congrats, you just made it to the end of this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if this helped you or not. Peace.